But if you can get them to engage their audience into what you're doing, then you kind of naturally pull their people over into your audience. So connecting with what you call market influencers is the word that we're using now. Finding other market influencers who have decent sized followings, and for your industry, I'm talking about 7, 8, 9,000. Like you don't need a lot. In the fashion industry, we would be looking for people that had 20, 30,000 because there's so many market influencers in that arena. But for what you're doing, you can pull a fashion person, you can pull whoever has the following, and then get them to mention the fact that Joanne just started this awesome thing. You guys should go follow her, check her out, and you'll be surprised how the people in their community trust them, so they naturally want to go and check out and see what you're doing.
I have one more question.
This is the form. You gotta ask it.
I'm also a LuLaRoe consultant.
Okay.
So what I've been doing, I just signed up with Color Street a couple months ago.
Okay.
And I guess I'm looking for confirmation that it's not using people or, against what should be done.
If they agree, then you can use them.
Well, what I'm doing is when they purchase from me for LuLaRoe, I'm sending a sample of our Color Street.
You're giving something away.
Is that
That's awesome.
kosher?
That is, to me, that seems like a great strategy.
Okay.
Like people, it's like when you used to get thank you cards in the mail, like handwritten thank you cards. It's like, wow, that person took the time. Like it's just, you're doing a little something extra to make yourself stand out from the pack. So I think that's awesome that you're doing it. The second thing is pull from your strongest area of engagement right now. So if a lot of you are new getting into on the social media space and you've been really successful at email marketing, for example, you have an email list of 10,000 people. When you do your email blast, let them know, hey, find me on Facebook, or I've started this awesome YouTube channel, or my Twitter is really funny, you should check it out. Like, do something to pull those emails into your social media world. So whatever your audience is, if you're strong on Facebook and you're about to try to build your Instagram audience, you leverage your Facebook audience to send people over to Instagram. At all times, you guys should have at least 2 or 3 platforms working for you. If Facebook goes away tomorrow, I'm gonna jump over to Instagram. I'll be really successful there. If Instagram went down, I'll hop over to LinkedIn. I will be really successful there because I understand all those platforms. You guys should be learning and trying to work and understand different platforms so that in the event one platform go away or one platform becomes hard, you can easily migrate to the next platform and leverage those tools that they have. The third thing that you can do, go ahead.
I just have a quick question as far as, so that I understand. Now, we've got a personal page. Are we adding another account to do the business page?
No, so.
It's within the personal page?
No. So if you have a personal page, the next step would be to create a business page.
Within that account?
No, a business page is a completely separate page.
Okay.
So it's very simple to create a business page. If you haven't done that yet, I would suggest doing it through Instagram because you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So real quick, these are the quick steps to building a Facebook page through your Instagram account. All right, download the Instagram app, sign in, create a new login information. Once you've signed in, you're going to go into the settings and you're going to turn your Instagram personal page into a business page. This is the very first thing you do. Create the page, add your names, pick your interests, then immediately go and turn your Instagram page into a business page. At that point, it's going to ask you to connect to your business page on Facebook. If you don't have a business page, it'll say create a page. You hit create a page, it'll automatically pull your Instagram information into your Facebook, and now voila, you have a Facebook business page and an Instagram business page, all by working the Instagram model. If you already have a business page, when you go to the turn it into a business page, it'll just automatically pull your business page profile, and then you just check the box for your business page. If you have more than one business page, you just pick the business page that applies.
Should you be posting a lot on your business page? Like, I did a separate group because the business page posts weren't getting to an audience.
So
I created a separate group so that I could get more of an audience and I know who's actually seeing my post.
That was a great move. Facebook business pages are going to get the least amount of natural engagement, organic engagement, because they want you to use their ad feature, which is my third thing for creating engagement, using sponsored ads. It is the cheapest marketing investment you can possibly make. You can spend as low as $5 to $10 and get phenomenal return with the sponsored Facebook post.
Are you talking about the boost?
The boost, yep. And there's levels to it. I mean, anybody can go hit the boost button and play around with it. I recommend you do that, especially for the first few times. It's as simple as adding a credit card to your file, and you hit that sponsor or that boosted button, and then it's going to give you options. You can adjust the number. You can put in there, you want to only target Livonia, you only want to target Novi, Canton, whatever area you want to target, you can put it in there, and then it'll tell you what the possibility of your reach is. So for maybe $20, you can reach 2,000 people, you can reach 10,000 people. Wow. That part would be based on the amount of people within your page, is how that's kind of dictated. It also factors in the amount of people on social media that lives in a specific area. So there's some other moving parts, but for the most part, if you have an audience of say 500 people and you targeted Michigan, for $20 you can probably reach almost 10,000 people, between 5 and 10,000 people in one sponsored ad.
I linked mine to my PayPal too. I didn't want to put in my credit card information.
Yeah, PayPal works for sure.
That whole idea with the targeting, like I have right now, the US, should I like start small, like start with just Michigan?
You want to
and
test.
then move up more?
You want to test. So
Because
if you do United States, you may get people that apply, you may get people that don't. I mean, sometimes the goal is to build awareness for your page. You're offering something that you can use that people all over the world can order or use or whatever the case may be. Maybe it's just a message that you're trying to get out to the world, then it doesn't really matter. If you're trying to build a team that you need to physically meet with, then it wouldn't make sense to target the US because, let's plan on doing Zoom meetings, but if you feel like you want to build a team that you can physically get together with, then you want to kind of be strategic when you think through who the message is actually going to go out to. But I'm going to tell you, the key to making your sponsored ads perform well is being vulnerable and emotional. Vulnerable and emotional posts or something that's telling your story, where your passion came from, why you love what you do, those posts outperform all other posts, unless you're giving people something. So if you can find a happy medium between giving something away and speaking to your truth and your authenticity and why you're doing what you're doing, that post is probably going to perform well. But you need a mix of all different type of posts, and then you measure how it performs. So if I do a post today that's only going to target the US, then tomorrow I do a post that's only going to target Metro Detroit, and my US post got 10 likes and 2 comments, and then my Metro Detroit post got 300 likes and 50 comments, then I did something right over here. So now I want to go through and play with that and see how I can make that perform a little bit better. So you're constantly analyzing and comparing to see what works and what doesn't. Now, she talked about the fact that she used her group to drive engagement for her Facebook page, which is an awesome idea. Remember, Facebook is trying to bring people together, and their strategy for bringing people together is through groups. That's why groups do so well. It is designed like that. They want you to create groups. They want more birds flocking together, so to speak. So if you build a group, it's like-minded people talking about like-minded things, and the more of that, the more the community grows. So it's a really good idea to use your group to help build other outlets, especially if you're an admin of the group, and especially if your group is really engaged. And the other cool thing about a group is you can add to a group. You don't have to request, you don't have to invite, they don't have to accept. I can literally say, hey, I want to put you in my group. And you make a lot of people mad if you're just putting people in groups. Like, I don't want to get added to any more groups. Like, don't add me, please. But that's a feature that you should definitely capitalize on. And now Facebook has added the ability to connect your group to your page, which is really cool. So now it's like, I can build Robert Courtney Marketing and Branding Company, and then have this offshoot group only about social media, or only about branding, or only about some real niche-y specific thing that I want to talk to. Maybe it's about team building. But groups is the same thing. It's about consistency. So if you're the admin of a group, the goal of that is you want to constantly put out consistent information about whatever the topic of the group is. That's how you build. That's how you keep people coming back.
Is it best to have the business page and the page linked together?
I think if you're building both from scratch, absolutely.
If I had it linked, then
Yeah, I think it brings attention to your business, you know, so why not attach the two together?
If you have different people in the business page and the group page is linked, do they still, like, does this business page people see, like,
I don't think it really matters.
do they all see the same thing, or does it, like, if I'm posting in a group, then I think the groups are private, or my group is private, so the business page doesn't see it, but if I use the business page.
It depends on how you make the settings at that point. So if you want people to be seeing your stuff, then you would want to change the privacy settings. But if you're okay with how it is, then it doesn't really matter. They're not really hurting each other at all. I don't have much time, so I want to jump to the next question. Should we ask our existing VIPs to add a friend or two to our group, or keep it exclusive to purchasing customers only? I think this is more about deciding what your brand message is and who you're talking to. That's the core values of the business, the company, the individuals. You know, so if you want to build a tribe of people that are owners, then you make that decision. If you want to just talk to the general public and invite these people into what you're doing and turn them into owners or whatnot, then that's kind of just where you are and what type of message you want to put out there. My Facebook business page doesn't seem to be productive for me. How do we handle the page differently? Should we be boosting posts? So we kind of talked about that already. Definitely should be boosting posts. You can't boost posts from your group page, but you can use the boosted post to drive awareness about your group page. Yes.
Did you touch on Hoop? What's that app called? Hoop?
Yep, that's gonna be the last part this week.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep. I heard that you should comment a lot on friends' posts prior to doing a business post so that it shows more on new people's news feeds. Is that true? I also was told to constantly add friends in order to remain more active. Is that true of personal and group pages? I think you guys got to get out of the mindset that your personal and your business is two separate things. It doesn't really matter. Like Facebook isn't differentiating between whether you're talking about business or whether you're talking about personal. It's just monitoring key words that you use and key phrases that activates the algorithm to not let your post reach as many people. That's it. But they don't care. Unless you put up new photos or offensive like you will get flagged, and then stuff can happen to you. But in terms of like regular, general conversation about business, like you're never going to get in trouble for doing those type of things. I'm telling you, for it to work and for you to build audience from the things that you're actually putting up and the content that you're putting out, make it creative, make it personal, make it vulnerable, and it's going to achieve more success. And then figure out ways to incorporate your business message into those posts.
It sounds to me like a nice feature for our websites that Color Street gives us might be to have a blog on that website so that when we're directing them to our website, they naturally see shop, join,
Yes.
and the other things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's a branding point that you guys definitely want to think about. I went through and I looked at a ton of independent color stylists and nothing stood out. Like I didn't find, and this is, I'm sure if some of you was in the people that I was checking out, and it's not a knock on what you're doing, I'm just advising you to maybe do something that makes you stand out. I don't know if it's a policy that you guys have to use independent color street stylists in your
Yes.
title.
Yes.
Totally fine, but why not add your own personal logo to that? Right? Like use your first initial and your last initial, your name or something like that. You can go visit Fiverr. Anybody familiar with Fiverr?
FIVR.
Fiverr. It's every marketing tool you could possibly think of for $5. And sometimes it's more if you want to get a little more in depth. But if you need a logo, you need website, you need marketing services, you need any service you can think of. Fiverr has somebody offering it for $5. And if you want to upgrade, you can always do bigger services that Fiverr offers. Anyway, think about this. Think about getting a logo. Make sure your logo is inside of your Facebook page, right? Go to GoDaddy, and there's a ton of them. I would just use GoDaddy because it's probably one of the more user-friendly ones. Get a domain name, whatever you're independent by, whatever that's going to be. Get a domain name, all right, and then use your domain name to direct people to wherever people go and find out about your shop. You got a blog, whatever the case may be. It's a super easy process. Like it's literally like a 4-step process. Getting a domain name and then forwarding the domain to the Color Street link. Yes.
Why would that be advantageous over just giving someone our actual color street?
Because you're branding. When you're putting out this information over social and all these different platforms, and I'm scrolling and everybody says independent Color Street hairstylist, and then there's nails in their profile picture. That was like 90% of the things that I've seen. What if yours is like this super cool logo that says that, and I go to your page, and then the website link says independent stylist by whoever.com. Like that seems cool to me. So then when I click on that, I get all your information. We're trying to grab people's attention. Trust, attention, community. When I scroll through, I want to find the coolest thing that's going to make me stop and click, because everybody's scrolling. We want to make them stop scrolling. I know I'm running a little bit over. I just got 2 more questions. Well, 3 more. What about Facebook jail with photos? How does that work? We talked about that. You post a bad photo, a nude picture,
Too many?
or anything. Any picture can get flagged. But Facebook will decide whether or not it should have been flagged, and if it should have, it can put you in Facebook jail, which usually means you can't use a feature. So like if you use your live a lot, then Facebook knows you use your live, and you put up a bad picture, then Facebook may ban you from going live. You did something to abuse Facebook policies, so you cannot use your live feature or your live tool. Like that's how Facebook jail normally works. Before that, it was Messenger. So when Messenger was like the hot thing, if you did something wrong, they would stop you from being able to send out messages to anybody for 48 hours or 24
Now,
hours or something.
is that accurate that you can't send out more than 40 messages, 40 personal messages in the same day on Facebook, or it'll flag them for listening or selling it, puts them in
Yep.
Facebook jail?
You want to be real careful about that. Just change a couple words. These aren't people sitting there monitoring these things. These are all robots. So they're looking for consistent behavior that looks like you might be doing something, which is why they always say, if you feel like this was done in error, you can challenge it. And they respond to those pretty well. So if they did something wrong, they'll come back and give you your privileges back because their bots picked up on something that wasn't true. How does having others post on our page help or hurt? We talked about that. How does live affect pages? We talked about that. What are the best times to post? I gave you guys a little cheat sheet. It gives you best times to post as well as what platforms to post at, and then how many
Leave
times.
that out, so we need.
Oh, yes. If you didn't get this, I will also email this to you. You can kind of pass them around and share so people can make notes if you want. It's not that much information, but it just gives you the best times of the day for each platform to post, and that's based on the masses of the platform. When are the most people on that platform engaged? But remember, that may be different for your personal page. All right, so if you're a DJ, say hypothetically, your posting time in the best activity may happen during later hours, than say a business person or something like that. So that may change depending on what your industry is, but this is a very general outline of when the most activity is happening on every platform. Then it also talks about how many times I should post. I know somebody asked about that. Facebook, I would say on your business page, you should be posting at least once a day, like at least once a day. On your personal page on Facebook, I would be posting at least twice a day. At the beginning especially, because it's almost like you got to just kind of jumpstart your engagement and get people in the routine that you're going to constantly put out new information.
How about third-party apps?
Great question. I wasn't going to talk about that unless somebody asked about it. Third-party apps. So third-party apps is very touchy right now in the social media world because Mark Zuckerberg is under fire, right? So they're doing a sweep of a lot of third-party apps to make sure they're in compliance with security issues and things like that. So I would be very careful with using third-party apps. So like apps like Hootsuite or any of these apps that post for you, you could wake up one day and then not be doing what it was supposed to do, and they're not in bed with Facebook no more. So if you use them, it's fine. Just make sure you know how to operate in the event you don't have it available to you.
Are they looking at those posts differently? Does the algorithm
Yes.
look at those differently?
Yes, that's another good question. Native posts, which is what a post would be if you go into Facebook and post, native posts always perform better than posts that come from third-party platforms.
So we should be using the scheduler within Facebook then, rather than.
Exactly. Facebook wants you to use Facebook tools, but they don't want you to use
Yep.
tools outside of Facebook.
Let's say one thing I do with that.
Lastly, a couple apps that we use to make you guys' life smarter, not harder. We do use Hootsuite. However, we're very good with posting within the platform. Hootsuite is a good tool because it collects so much data for you to be able to measure. Hootsuite is spelled Hootssuite. It is a third-party app in which you can schedule posts for various platforms, and it really provides you with a lot of flexibility in terms of I can do all my scheduled posts on Monday, and I know that I have X amount of content being delivered throughout the course of the week. Then it measures the activity of the post, the times of the day it performed better, and it just gives you a lot of data and a lot of information to make more informed decisions.
Is that one free, Robert?
It is. It does have a free tool, but then you can actually pay to get the data and the things that I'm talking about. I think you have to pay a small monthly fee, but you can use the scheduling aspect of it for free.
And you said Hoots?
UITE, Hootsuite.
Okay, spell it again.
Hootsuite. For creating typography and just putting words on pictures, we use an app called Typorama. It is an awesome app. It gives you really great selections and options if you're on the go and you need to post from your phone. A lot of the stuff that I'm about to give you guys is about content creation. Like, content creation is how you're going to separate yourself from every other color street hairstylist. Have the most content, the most creative content, the best content, and you will separate yourself because people want to just be repetitious and lazy and use the same things over and over again. And I'm teaching you guys to be better than that, so don't let me down. Videorama is a very easy tool to create your own little videos. So you see these people setting up videos and they're talking into their video. Videorama is super user-friendly. You do it directly from your phone. You can cut, split screens, add copy over the top of the screen, add music, everything directly from your phone. Videorama. And it's free if you want to have the video around the logo. If you want to pay $3.99, you can get rid of the video around the logo.
How is that compared to iMovie?
Same thing. It's just a little more user friendly to you. And if you have Android, you can't use iPhone. And I have Android and iPhone, so I love them both 50-50. PhotoGrid is a cool app that you can put pictures together. PhotoGrid used to be super cool. I feel like now when Instagram added the feature to their platform, it made it not as cool. But you can go into PhotoGrid and make your pictures perfect squares. So if you get into Instagram, how many people are on Instagram? How many people are on Facebook? Okay, so you guys use them equally. So I wish we had more time. You should probably definitely get in touch with me in terms of the consult to get in more into more information about Instagram, because I'm telling you, like, I will be putting a ton of energy into Instagram. Like, it's so much more easier to build an audience and to build a community on Instagram right now than it is on Facebook. However, usually you convert more business from Facebook than you do from Instagram. Hashtagger, you're using Instagram and you want a great tool. My wife actually stumbled upon this app. Hashtagger creates real-time hashtags that get you the most engagement, right? So today you put in beauty and it'll populate. You can use up to 30 hashtags on Instagram. It'll populate 30 hashtags, 30 of the most trending, popular hashtags. Then tomorrow you type in beauty, it could be a completely different set because it's constantly changing. Hashtagger, Hashtagger. Put in any word and it'll populate hashtags for you. Canva, anybody familiar with Canva? All right, a lot of people are starting to get to know about Canva. Canva costs a little bit, but it's awesome for creating professional. It is a free version of it too. Canva, C-A-N-V-A. It's great for creating like really professional, neat pictures and collages, and it gives you thousands and thousands of templates where you can just drag and drop pictures in and out. So definitely check out Canva. All right, here's my recipe for you guys winning this game. Number one, most of you done. You got a Facebook, you got an Instagram. Two, you need to create a